All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, we are back again on the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I've got the all-you-can-eat Chelsea crew right here on the channel. You know it's going to be special. I do apologize for being a little late, but you can blame Matisse for that. You know?
As always.
Younes and I were just chit-chatting, just waiting on Matisse, but obviously there's some technical issues, so don't be too harsh on him, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a few people are already here. Thank you so much. Smash the like button first of all, and if you're here for the first time, subscribe and hit the bell notification to keep in touch with all the content. Check out the boys and their socials in the description. I'm pretty sure you probably subscribe to them, but hit the bell notification for them. You know, they do upload quite regularly, so you want to keep in touch with all of that. Younes, my man, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Well, a bit relieved after yesterday, I think we can say. We were just talking about this off air, but Arsenal losing the way they did has made me feel a lot better. So, bring on Zenit with our injury-ridden squad.
Yeah, you know what? It's going to be quite interesting, this conversation we're going to have, because I want to spend a lot of time talking about the team selection, right? We're going to try and come up with a team together. But before that, obviously, we'll talk about a couple of different other topics. But Matisse, my boy, how you doing?
Big up your damn selves. Do you know what I mean? We needed that, people. The material is great. The material is needed after that defeat yesterday for Arsenal. It was very much necessary because we lost as well. So, you know what I'm saying? We got company.
Do you know what? I don't know about you guys. I felt so strange after that loss. I was like, how did we lose 3-2? Like, we played fairly good and some freak show happened, and it just left a bit of a weird sense of taste. I mean, after the Watford game, I was like, boy, we got so lucky, we should have lost. But that game, I was like, I don't think West Ham really deserved that 3 points. It was a bit strange. I mean, just before we kick into gears, I'll go to Matisse first up. Are you sort of looking at this upcoming match against Zenit that, you know what, like, let's just get back into it, man. Let's just get back into winning. I'm not too worried. That West Ham game really shouldn't have been a loss. I mean, is that the sort of mentality that you have moving into this game?
For me personally, I am in a state of confusion because I want to win the game and top the group, but then I also want us to not pick up any more injuries, not pick up any more, issues in that regard, because it seems like every single time we play a football match, someone gets injured. I really hope you can't hear that background noise. I don't know what's going on out there.
No, we can't hear that. We're all good.
Don't worry, I've got rock music.
Okay.
He's got the drill.
It's the moment some sort of, I don't know, vehicle decides to drive past my house. But so for me personally, like, we just played West Ham. Kai gets injured. We play Watford. Trevor gets injured, and I can just keep going back. And every single game, probably somebody picks up something. So I'm trying to avoid that. So I'm very tempted to just send the kids out in the freezing cold, in minus temperatures. Probably not.
Someone said it was going to be like minus 13 or something, Matisse.
Yeah, because then probably social services will be called, and Cobham will cease to exist if we send them out there. So it's touch and go. I don't really know what we should do.
Younes, how are you feeling moving into this game, knowing that loss? I saw both of your videos as well. I think both of you guys were like, not really sure how that really happened, but it has happened. How are you feeling moving into this game, man?
I'm in two minds, because I know before the West Ham game, I was saying, we've got to take the Zenit game seriously. We've got to top the group, like all of that. But now with added injuries, and I know thankfully Kovacic is back. He's in full training, but he won't make the Zenit game. I'm thinking, you know what? We might just have to just hope that Malmo do a job on Juve, which is very unlikely, and just send the kids and hope we get a 1-0 or something. I mean, because, there's bigger things to think about. And, we may finish second, but at least we'll have a squad to go into the weekend, because, Matisse is right. Injuries, they seem to be happening every single match day now. It's crazy. So, maybe we just have to be a bit cautious and just take this one lightly, regardless of the result.
And you know what? We're going to obviously do the team together, and it's going to be very, very interesting as to what team we come up with. one side of me is thinking, yeah, take it lightly. But the other side of me thinking, if we come second and then we draw someone like a Bayern Munich or something, I don't know that anticipation, how that's going to be till February. Do you know what I mean?
This is the thing. If you look at the possible opponents that we could face if we finish in second, because the English teams have all topped their groups pretty much, unless if Liverpool don't. But because we can't face an English team, that means we're going to have to face some of the others, and some of the others they're good teams. We're talking, PSG, possibly Inter Milan or Real Madrid, one of them, Bayern Munich, and I'm just like, PSG if they finish first, I think they might finish second. So
second, there is Ajax.
Ajax,
who got 5 wins out of 5 so far. They're
killing it. They're killing
it. Yeah,
so
they are really killing
it's
the
touch
game.
and go. If you look at who we could get if we finish top, that's a lot easier, man. It's a lot easier. So
yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Even PSG is probably not that difficult if you top the group now.
No, I'd take PSG. Bring them.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we could possibly take that. All right. Before we get into the team and whatnot, I've got a couple of things that I want to cover with you guys, because that's what's been roaming around in social media. I want to, see what you boys have to say about this. It's interesting that, these couple of topics. But Tis, I'll go to you first up. Big Rom is being talked about a lot. Everywhere I go, Matisse, everywhere I log on, it's all about Romelu Lukaku. He's done. He's dusted. He's not good enough. We play better when he's not around, and so on and so forth. All of a sudden, 90 million odd, or whatever the case is, 98 million, it's just down the drains. Matisse, it's the first time we've had you. Obviously, we've got all you can eat Chelsea post this game, which is going to be quite interesting. How are you feeling after that loss against West Ham? The outpour of the fan base just saying, get rid of this guy. We play better without him.
I'm a bit shocked. I'm not going to lie. I thought the fan base as a whole would be a little bit more patient, especially for someone who is not fit currently. Someone that's currently only just coming back. I think we saw from Tuchel's quotes that, he wasn't even fit to start the game. Therefore, when he came on, he was probably not fit to come on either. I think it was a rush decision. I think Tuchel even admitted that and took responsibility for that and said that Lukaku wasn't, in the best shape to come on, and we kind of just forced it for the hype. But you can't really expect a performance from someone who's not Premier League match ready. Even though Lukaku's been pushing to play, he needs to be patient himself because he's not at the races. He looked a bit heavy to me, and I hate to say that because he came in great condition. He came in great condition at the start of the season, but when he came on, I saw a heavy Lukaku, and I'm not trying to play those games again at all, because I've been defending this man from Timberland boot slander and Mark Henry slander and all this kind of stuff. And if you start putting on weight,
Henry
game, it's going to be a problem for real. So for me personally, but I think people are forgetting the mentality. This is Serie A's MVP. This is I'm back and I'm better. This is that Lukaku, and that is the Lukaku I'm counting on. Bouncing back. He cannot. I think people forget he cannot afford to flop here. He can't. He's got way too many people on his back. That whole Man United fan base licking their lips. The Premier League return for him is the summit. And if he flops that, then especially with the amount we paid for him, it's actually going to look worse on him than us, because we're taking him out of a season where he's won Serie A. He's been brilliant alongside Ronaldo in that league.
Basically, he's here to prove, Matthias. He's the one here to prove, not us.
Exactly. He's revolutionized his game in terms of his overall play. He's spoken about how Conte has helped his hold-up play. That's the first thing he did when he went to Italy. So even though he wants to be in behind and he wants to do all these things, and we need to play better with him and use him more efficiently, he should be able to hold up the ball. That's not a problem. I'm not expecting that to be a problem. You don't pay 100 million for someone and hold up play be an issue for them. Your preferences, that's all well and good, but you should be able to do everything. So I'm not expecting any excuses in terms of hold up play, especially when he said he's fine with that in terms of he's good with it now. So yeah, I'm just expecting when this guy is fully fit to a little bit of give and go between him and the team once again. Team need to do a little bit of adaptation to him, and he needs to do a bit of adaptation to the team. I think the last point I'll make is one key thing that people are forgetting, and not alongside the injury, is that this guy is yet to play with the two players that he struck a relationship up with first. Kova, who has been injured as well, and Mason Mount, who he's now probably going to get to play with. Two players that get the ball into him quickly. They don't do slow build up and whatnot. They get the ball into him quickly. And if you look at his touches, Lukaku per game, they are way lower than what they were last year for Inter Milan.
It's incredible, bro.
This is not a guy who wants to see build-up play for 10 minutes and then finally receive the ball. We need to be quick. We need to be quick. We need to be disturbing defenses, and we need to be moving fast. The ball needs to be moving quickly. And again, he is yet to play with Chilwell and Reece James at the same time, or at all. He's barely played with Reece James. When he played with Reece James, it was against Arsenal, and they had a chemistry, and they both scored, and they both linked up for his goal. And then with Chilwell, he actually has really never played with Chilwell at all, bar a couple of games, because Alonso has always been playing. And Lord and behold, Chilwell's injured again. So I do feel bad for him in that regard, that he's trying to acclimatize to a new team. The four players that I think he would have been in sync with the quickest, he has not really been able to play with consistently. And on top of that, I think I've said it before, he needs to play also with Hudson-Odoi, because that chance creation from him has been really good in that run. This is before the Man United game, and he's yet to play with him as well. So yeah, it's all long.
Nah, man, for sure. Younes, I saw your video about this as well a few days ago, and you sort of mentioned about how mad the social media is, like outpouring the hate on Romelu Lukaku. But you definitely addressed that. But at the same time, you sort of said, wait a minute, though. And I remember you actually used the phrase on the other side of the coin. And I was like, my boy, yeah.
The plug had to be done.
You were saying that there are certain things that even Lukaku has to adapt with us. It's not just what Matisse said, these players have to play, that player has to play. We haven't seen him, which is all true, what Matisse is saying. But you did also mention, Younes, that he needs to sort of understand how we roll as well. And that was really interesting, Younes. I mean, do you feel it's not just us opening the gates for Lukaku, but Lukaku, you need to understand as well.
It's a two-way street. Now, what I'm saying at the moment is, regardless, you have to give the time, because the man's just come back from an injury. You know, like, we have so much expectation far too quickly nowadays in the modern game. It's crazy. Like, the only way to be able to see how he does is if you provide the time and the ability for him to recover from what he's come back from. That's it. And that's not going to come tomorrow. Like, that full stop. We have to wait and see how it pans out. Now, when he does fully recover, right, and he is able to start a game properly, week in, week out, and he's back at 100%, okay, now we can start talking football. And when we're talking football, yes, we need to accommodate him, but it's not just a one-way street. It's a two-way street. He needs to be able to do things himself too. We can't just do everything for Lukaku. The one thing that we have with Lukaku is obviously his price tag has brought so much expectation. If he was a £30 million striker, everyone would be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, we'll see how it goes, you know. But because it's 100 million, everyone's like, no, we need goals now. We need goals now. Yeah. That's out of his control. He didn't put the price tag on himself, you know. So we've got to sympathize in that aspect, and that's why I'm calling for a little bit of patience. But with Lukaku, he looks a bit heavy. He looks a bit, you know, he's not agile enough, and I think that comes from the injury. That's why I'm saying give it time. He will get himself back and up and running again. Now, tactically, yes, I feel like we need to try and find a way to use him properly, because I don't feel like we do. I feel like we have a bit more fluidity when Werner's on the pitch, for example. The only problem with that is that he can't hit a barn door, unfortunately. You know, like that's the issue. So I think when it comes to Lukaku, we need to try and find a way, maybe if he needs someone alongside him that could alter the formation. But we need to try and find a way that we know is best suited to him, as well as the rest of the team. And he also needs to, hopefully, after he recovers 100%, is to be able to be agile, run, press, have that energy, and do exactly what's needed, so then he does get the ball multiple times, because we know once he does have that, he will take shots. They will go in the net. So... but this is all the thing that isn't going to come tomorrow, as I've said. This is going to take, you know, a little bit of time. So let's give it that little bit of time.
No, 100%. I look back at the game that he had against Arsenal, his debut game. He looked sharp. He was moving well. He
Well,
was
exactly.
bullying defenders. Do you know what I mean? Like, Reece James was getting into a lot of space, and that chemistry was good. And the notable thing to remember that game, if I'm correct, both Kovacic and Mount were playing, right? I'm pretty sure both Kovacic and Mount was playing against Arsenal.
Yeah.
And as Matisse said, the ball was quicker to Lukaku. It was quicker to him. And that way, he's got a little bit more time to maneuver the defenders. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. The next particular player I want to talk about before we go to the lineup selection for this particular match against Zenit, another player, Matisse, that's getting sort of thrown around a lot in social media is Jorginho again. The verdict on him is out again. He's not good enough. Get rid of him. Mistakes galore. I don't want to see this player start for Chelsea Football Club again. What a shame that he's number 3rd in Ballon d'Or. I mean, I can't believe this guy is a Chelsea player, so on and so forth. Declan Rice played so well again, for West Ham the other day. Let's get him. It just annoys me how short the memory is for people. People
It's
only
flip-flop. There's so much flip-flop. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. I mean, look, I'm not going to shy away. He's made an error, obviously,
Mistakes.
against who was it? Man United.
United and West Ham.
pass, and the pass against West Ham was bad, yes. But Mendy had all the time in the world to clear that. But that's another story. But you have been a massive advocate of Jorginho, even when people like myself have doubted him under Frank Lampard. What do you have to say when you see this again materializing? Do you sort of chuckle, like laugh in your mind a little bit? Oh, these losers again.
I do laugh because I think it's even worse than Lukaku because how many more times does this guy need to prove you wrong and literally shush people after scoring, UEFA Super Cup penalties and whatnot for people to understand? You're right, it is getting boring because it's just repetitive at this point. And it's like you're never going to win this battle because this guy has already eclipsed everything that anybody who doubted him in the first place would have ever thought he have achieved. He is literally our 2nd highest finisher in the Ballon d'Or rankings since it started, behind Lampard. You can't win. You've lost already. So any agenda, you may as well just put it to the side. And if you want to go with logic, then this guy is not fit as well. Again, when you're carrying a hip injury, which Tuchel is now again
He
pointing
can't
out,
take a break, Matisse.
you shouldn't be in the team. And we all know why he's in the team, because he's so important. If he wasn't important, he wouldn't be in the team. Why is he so important? Well, because we don't really have any depth at the number 6 position. We've got 4 box-to-box midfielders and 1 holder in Jorginho. We didn't get the 6 that we needed in the summer. We got Saul, who was meant to be this cover for Jorginho. He's been trash. That falls on Scott McTominay, the scout. And for that reason, that's the new name he's getting. It's been hand-selected and picked for him. And for that reason, we have to overplay Jorginho. I think people forget Mason Mount, Chilwell, who didn't really play for England at all, and Jorginho all got to the Euro Championship final for their countries. Yeah. Mason Mount was rotated, injured, maybe because of all this overplaying. Now recuperated, recovered, back in the side. Chilwell didn't start at the start of the season with Alonso, even though he didn't really play any games, but he still was away and he needed to get up to his levels to get back into the team. Jorginho has never had that. Jorginho has just been in the team. Where's his rest? Where is the rest for this 30-year-old who's not very mobile, who needs any energy he has? Where's his rest? Oh, we can't give it to him because we have injuries to Kova. We have injuries to Kante. Ruben's not in the greatest form. He was better, I felt, against West Ham. Saul's been trash. So where's Jorginho's rest? Oh, he doesn't get any. So he plays every single game. And then he plays every single game for Italy. And then he's got an injury. And now he's carrying an injury in a game. Look, I'm not trying to excuse the mistakes. The individual errors are poor and they shouldn't be happening. But this is not the first time Jorginho's made individual errors. When you play in the position that he plays in, which is extremely pressurized in holding the ball, recovering the ball, recycling the ball in tight situations under immense press, and not only are you carrying a knock, but you've also got midfielders around you who are not on their A game either. Mistakes will happen, yes. Mistakes will 100% happen. Just like every couple of times a season, Mendy will make a mistake. The last time I remember before the West Ham game was Everton, where away from home he gave away a penalty last year. When you play possession football, I think people forget this. You will make mistakes. That's just natural. It's going to happen. And you criticize in the moment, and then you move on, and you don't forget that Mendy's a good player and Jorginho is a good player, and that 99 times out of 100 they get it right, and we are a better team for it. If you don't want to see any individual mistakes, you're not going to watch football, I'm afraid, because Man City make them, Ederson makes them, Alisson makes them at West Ham, and they lose as well. And Van Dijk has made mistakes in build-up. Everybody is going to make mistakes in build-up play, because at some point a team's going to press you and something's going to go wrong. It's going to happen. But Chelsea are and have been incredibly good this season in build-up play, and it's why up until the West Ham game we had never conceded more than a goal in a game. So I think anybody in that lower half of the pitch can be cut some slack. The back three, the goalkeeper, and the two in front. I think they can be cut some slack, considering that our defense has been as good as it is. We've literally had record-breaking defense up until maybe West Ham, where we have been talking about Jose Mourinho record and whatnot. So I think anybody who contributes that needs a little bit of slack from this fan base in terms of they are human, and we have been defensively ridiculous for a year now, almost. And just because the attackers have managed to put in some goals, it doesn't change the dynamics of the team. The defense is still the best, the build-up is still the best, and the attack is still the worst, and the chemistry up there is still the worst. Nothing has changed, in my opinion, there. So, yeah.
No, man, I absolutely agree with you. I mean, Younes, I was continuously saying in my watch-along for the West Ham and also in the Watford one, and I'm pretty sure, you probably have the same sentiment, but I still want to hear what you have to say about this. Jorginho didn't play the Watford game, and I felt helpless. I felt like, wow, I'm getting violated. Like, I am getting thrown around. Do you know what I mean? Like a rag doll. And then he comes against West Ham, and we were so much in control. That's why I was saying off air, or even earlier on the show, that I don't feel like that was a deserved loss. Like, I don't feel like that should have been a 3-2, because West Ham did not play as if they deserved to win 3-2. We had so much control, and I have to put it down to a lot to Jorginho being able to control that midfield, that tempo, building up from the back. I mean, Younes, I was saying, had Jorginho not played against West Ham, I think we get dominated in the middle. If it was Saul and Ruben Loftus-Cheek again, I think they win 6-0. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, easy, because West Ham's midfield actually, they had a good day. I mean, yes, Chelsea's midfield, I feel like, dominated the majority of the game, but Declan Rice and everyone around him still managed to adhere to their game plan. You could see that they were just trying to contain, seek the opportunity. They didn't have many chances, but they were clinical. So when you look in terms of the build-up and the midfield and the control, Jorginho had that. And the prior game to that, where we didn't have Jorginho, you could see it was just a massive hole. And the reason why he didn't play was for the very reason that we are talking about right now. He cannot play every single game. No one can play every single game. Yes, you can play the majority of games, but you're going to have to rest. If not, or if you are injured, like Jorginho was, he already had an issue, then you can't play, because you're just going to make it worse. Now if you're super fit and you never get injured, okay, fair enough. You play every game, cool. But that's just not going to happen with some of these players. And the situation we're in right now is exactly what we were talking about at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Remember the whole Jorginho, Kovacic, Kante, if injuries come, if they're all missing, what we're going to do? Well, hello, we are in the situation. Welcome. It's December and we've made it, So thankfully, he's not hurt. And he came back and he did provide that control. Now, for this game coming up against Zenit, it's a tough one, because I want him to play. I feel like we need him to play, but I don't want him to play. Because if he keeps playing, if these players keep trying to power through injuries, it's going to get worse. Down the line, January, February, boom, they will explode. And we can't have that. So Jorginho, the slander, look, I feel like people have very short memories. You know what's crazy? Like, I haven't even been on socials except for YouTube. Yeah. Right? So I haven't really been hearing that, or, I haven't had that in my face. I've had people around me tell me about it, like you guys and a couple of friends and whatnot. But if it hadn't been for that, I would have been exposed to it. So it goes to show.
Must be nice.
It's nice. It's lovely. People come on and they vent and they have this, short-term memory, this short-term look on things, and they forget about everything prior to that. And then when they do something good, again, it can be very short-term. It can be, now this guy's the best player in the world. He needs to win the Ballon d'Or. You forget about the mistake he made a few days ago. It's very short-term thinking. It just is what it is. Hopefully, people will realize Jorginho is a massive asset to this team. Huge.
100%.
Just to add quickly, Jorginho has played 19 games, Kova's played 13, and Kante's played 12. So, bit of perspective there on who's having to take a lot of the game time when really all three of them are meant to be rotated equally because they're all pretty damn good players. And
throwing the Italy stuff as well, Matisse. Throwing all the Italian games.
Yeah, the solution, the Italian games as well. The solution for me is simple. I'm on Miz's side on this now. I'm not going to remain. I'm not going to be silenced any longer. This is not Oprah. I'm done. For me, you bring Billy Gilmore back in January. Bring the wee Scotsman back. And send Saul packing. Send Saul packing. I don't think he's going to do anything in this month that I'm hoping that he will do. Even if he does, to be honest, at this point, I just need to see some energy back in that midfield. Bring Billy back, who's more than used to dictating tempo from midfield in the deeper positions. Send Saul back, get a left wing back in the market. That's the latest conclusion I've come to. Gilmore's at Norwich is wasted a little bit. Get him back in.
You're absolutely right, Matthias. It's just pointless at the moment, Gilmore and Norwich, when we need cover in our midfield. And let's face it, Saul will never ever see that midfield, that Chelsea midfield. In his dreams, it may even never appear. Do you know what I mean? Like, they'll block it out from his dreams. So, I mean, he may feature in the left wing back position. We'll get to that now. Boys, this is what the table looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Nearly 150 of you guys are live. Smash the like button, number one. And number two, if you're here for the first time, subscribe and check out the boys and their channels. If for some crazy, obscene reasons you haven't, subscribed to them, please go and subscribe to them ASAP. Each of them, they provide awesome content on a regular basis. So do check that out. Boys, we are first, as you can see, in the Champions League table. Juventus just behind us. Goal difference of 3. Am I reading that right? Yeah, goal difference 9. Yep. They've got a 3 goal difference. So we're 6 in front of them. So literally, it's just the win that we need to ensure that we come first, unless if Juventus drops points as well. So that's the state of play over there. Let's get straight into the lineup. Someone's saying, Ms. see PYS's tweet fast. What's PYS has tweeted? We just have a quick
he said that Jorginho is not training today, so he won't be playing against Zenit.
Oh, brilliant. That's good news.
Yeah, we're coming second. We're coming second, people.
We're coming second.
To be fair, though, as we discussed
terms of it.
When we played Zenit in the first game, they didn't really come out. They were very much parking the bus, sitting tight, and defensive. Now, they obviously can't qualify from this group for the Champions League knockout rounds. For me, they're going to make Europa.
They'll get Europa, won't they? And I think they already have.
They already have. Right, perfect. Because Juventus are not going to lose to Malmo. I'm calling it now. Call me the Jinx Meister, but that's what I'm about to do. So this is a dead rubber for them, in my opinion. And then they don't particularly press last time they played us. So it is away in Russia. It is going to be cold, but I expect us to dominate the ball. So I think
they could have that nothing to lose mentality, though. Yeah,
they could. But I just feel that in midfield, we shouldn't really be pressed too aggressively. It won't be anywhere near the intensity that we came against West Ham. I don't think we rarely see in the Champions League that you can be pressed as aggressively as you can in the Prem. Outside of the top teams, the intensity is just not there. And I expect us to dominate on the ball and have a lot of time on the ball and have to break them down, which is probably to both teams, to their strength. And obviously we need to learn how to break teams down. So I think we can afford to go with Barkley and and Ruben in midfield. I know it sounds nuts, but I just don't want to see
that's
any
a good
injuries.
shout, Matisse. That's exactly what I was thinking as well. I had a ridiculous team set out beforehand, and you guys would laugh, and I might get some of those conversations out now. And it was somewhere along the line of Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Barkley as well. But let's start from the top. I'll go to my bad boy Younes with this. Instead of going from defense, let's go from the top and really figure out how we would shape this team up. Younes, I'm going to give you the opportunity to go for the striker first and then see what Matisse and obviously I have to say. Who's going to be your player to lead the line? Do you know what I mean? To come first in the group stage?
I'm trying to think because I feel like maybe Lukaku still isn't 100%. So I would think it's wise to try and save him for the weekend where he might be. Havertz done well in the last game. And until he got taken off. So there is that. Werner.
I was going to say, you're so hesitant, Younes. Werner.
I'm very hesitant. You know what? I feel like we might have to go more towards Havertz than Werner if we're in the Premier League and something happens to Lukaku. So I would start with Timo.
Okay, Matisse, what's your thoughts? You going with something different or are you going with Timo?
Yeah, I'm not doing Timo striker anymore, especially in this game.
You're done. You're fully done.
He's not doing
Werner's
striker.
Werner's playing in the academy as far as Matisse is
the only place for me he can do striker is at Anfield away from home when I know there's a high line guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like there has, as long as I know there's a high line away from home, like against Manchester City or against Liverpool, then the striker position he can go in. But Zenit, in my opinion, are going to sit back. It's going to be low block, very defensive, tight spaces, and I can't see him up there because he's not a threat aerially and he's just not great at low blocks. That's not the kind of striker he is. For me, I'm going to go Lukaku up there. I think Lukaku needs minutes. If he has to come off on half time, we've got 5 substitutions. If he has to come off at 50, 60 minutes, we have substitutions. Whatever amount of time he can do, he does it. But for me, he needs to go up there, get fitness into his belt, under his belt, because the Christmas period is unforgiving in the Premier League. And if he scores, even better. But I'm definitely going Lukaku up top.
That's interesting. So Younes has gone with Timo very reluctantly, and Matisse has gone with Lukaku purely for the fact that needs minutes. I'm more thinking.
By the way, just to let you know, Havertz, I think, is injured, isn't he? He can't. He won't.
Well, he just came back. I don't think it's good to rush him. No, I think he just.
Yeah, but apparently he's traveling. He's going to be in the squad, but I wouldn't risk him either. I wouldn't risk him.
No, it's not worth the risk.
I was more thinking off the back of what Thomas Tuchel said that someone like Lukaku wasn't even ready for 45 minutes against West Ham, and he was thrown in because of Kai Havertz's injury. So I'm not really sure with such a short turnaround, is he ready to start? I mean, I would love it what Matisse said, but I was more thinking, what about a player like Pulisic up front? Do you know what I mean? And having your Callum on the side along with Mount or Ziyech, would that be a shout? Let's do one last round to lock things up. Younes, are you still sticking with Timo, or after hearing what we had to say, would you change any bits and pieces around?
I'm hesitant with Lukaku. I understand Matisse's logic because if he's fit, absolutely, I would do the same thing. I don't know if he's fit. I don't think he is. I'd rather rest him. So I'd stick with Timo. Okay.
Matisse, you're still keeping with Lukaku? Or are you thinking Pulisic has a bit of a chance here?
Yeah, I'm still sticking with him. I think there's no way he plays against Leeds anyway, Lukaku, because I think Kai will play, and rightly so. And that's going to be a high intensity game in terms of the pressing, and we know what Leeds are. Even if they've been crap this season, we know what Leeds are like. So I wouldn't play Lukaku against Leeds. And yeah, I think he needs to play this game. I can't see where he's going to get up to match, because he's not injured. That's the thing for me. He's just not match sharp. And I don't know where he's going to get that sharpness from unless he gets it in a game like this where I can say I care a lot less about than the Premier League games coming up. Because I don't know when Brentford is in the cup, but that's probably
next midweek.
Yeah, so I'd probably actually play him this game, leave him out for Leeds, let him rest then play him against Brentford in the cup, and then see how he is looking after that.
we're going to go to the poll on this one since we are all a bit split. I've just put a poll up. I'm going to literally give it about maybe 5 minutes. So the poll is literally Werner, Lukaku, or Pulisic, Ziyech, Mount, whoever you want to go from that perspective. Let us know. Get busy on that one, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to come back to it after probably 5 or so minutes. Younes, I'm going to let you have the left and the right inside forwards. Who are they going to be for you?
I think I would go with. Oh, this is tough because Ziyech is on form.
Surely we can't play with no proper players. Like we should put something there, right? Like we need to.
You see, like I want Hudson-Odoi, Mount, and Ziyech all to play, and I don't feel like we can. Like I'm gonna have to sacrifice one here,
unless you have Ziyech or Mount as a false 9.
Bloody hell, this is mental, isn't it? Now you know what? Look, also have to take into consideration the weekend. I would go. You know what? I'd go Mount and Ziyech.
Ziyech on the left, Ziyech on the right. Doesn't really matter.
Ziyech on the right and Mount on the left.
All right. Who's your inside forwards?
Ziyech and Hudson-Odoi.
That's what I was sort of thinking as well. Ziyech and Hudson-Odoi.
I feel like I'd want to play Hudson-Odoi more on the weekend. I can sacrifice this one.
I think
with Mount and the press and the energy is there. I don't know.
I think Mason's definitely going to be needed as well on the weekend. And
against Leeds, Matisse, we need him. He's got to run.
Probably need both.
He's played back-to-back games. I think he played 90 against West Ham. Ziyech didn't. So Ziyech has more been coming off cameos. So I think Ziyech is more than ready to play a full 90. And Hudson-Odoi for me hasn't played the last 2 from the start. And I think he more than deserves to be in the front 3 with what he was doing before Man United. And if I am going Lukaku, and if the poll does go Lukaku, I want to see Hudson-Odoi and Lukaku together as well. So yeah, I'm going to go with that.
My thought was as well the same sort of sentiment towards Ziyech and Callum is that Callum really is had a bit of a break. He didn't play against Watford and he didn't play against West Ham either, or came off the bench. So he should be ready to go for this one. And Ziyech as well, he's been taken off midway through the game as well. So he should be ready to play this. Mount back-to-back games, as you said, Matisse, against Watford and West Ham, 2 heavy games as well. And we need him ready for Leeds. So for me, take a bit of break over here, Mason Mount. Let's have a quick look at that poll. What's going on? Let's try and sort this out. And after nearly 80 votes, we've got 43% Lukaku. So we're going to end that. And that's the winner. So Lukaku comes into the team. That's your front 3, Lukaku, Callum, Ziyech. That's already looking quite tasty. Matisse, I'll start with you on this one. Your pivot, who's it going to be?
Yeah, it's easy for me. There's no other choice. I can't put Saul in here again because I'm not trying to see that even in this game. I'm tired of the midfield being absolutely compromised with him in there, regardless of the team that we're playing against. So for me, and this is kind of why I got Mason out. Is Mason will be on the bench. And will be sneaky depth for these 2, which is Barkley and Loftus-Cheek. And Barkley more as the sitter. I want Barkley as the deepest guy. I think I don't usually want Barkley in the pivot, but now that we've got all these injuries, we need to rotate. And I think, he could be a guy that defensively, I think Ruben might obviously have more to bring to the table, but on the ball, which I think we're going to have a lot of the ball, I think Barkley will be better than Ruben, dropping deep and trying.
Generally, Ruben's been deep, right, Matisse?
Yeah, Ruben's been deep, but I think I don't know. He made a couple errors in turnovers and whatnot. So I'm gonna go Barkley and Ruben, but I think they're both gonna be sitters and they're both gonna go forward. They're both gonna have to take it in turns. In my opinion, neither of them are sitters, so they're both gonna have to take it in turns.
So they just basically talk to each other and go, "Yep, mate, you're sitting now. Yep, all right, I'll take the shift now." So they're going to have a lot of communication. Younes, Do you have any surprises in the mid? I mean, does he get a chance against Zenit? I mean, if there was another chance, it probably is Zenit. Probably.
I'd play Thomas Tuchel in midfield, if I'm honest. I think he'll have more accuracy, to be honest. Like, no, you know what? I understand this, and to be honest, why not? If anything, yeah, I think tomorrow will be a good experiment to try Saul at left wing back and see exactly what he can do there. It's probably the only time he's ever going to be played there, and we might as well try it and give Alonso that little bit of rest because he picked up a little knock. So, yeah, I would go Barkley, Loftus-Cheek because it's all we have.
Yeah,
that's it. And all we have.
And that's pretty much what I'd have to lock down as well, Barkley and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I am worried about Ruben Loftus-Cheek, though. He's clocking up a lot of minutes too, and back-to-back games. And I don't know about you guys. Just quickly, before we talk about the wing-backs, Younes, I'll go to you first up. Ruben Loftus-Cheek's performances in the late, they've been okay-ish, but I think because he's playing so regularly, like so frequently, I think his game is getting a bit compromised where I don't know if he's, completely fresh on each of these games. I mean, do you tend to feel that way? I feel like he's shying away. His final third decision-making is not crisp all the time. Everything else looks okay, but I don't know. What's your thoughts, Younes?
Yeah, it might be the fact that it's just game after game after game. It might just be that because with Loftus-Cheek, what I realize is sometimes he looks quick and agile on his feet. He's able to just take the ball, drive, go straight between two or three, opens up space. Sometimes gets the ball, he's sluggish, lethargic, heavy on his feet, takes an extra touch, takes about 5 minutes to make a decision. And it's like in the same game, you see two different players. So it could just be a case of lack of freshness, the fact that he's playing game after game after game now with Kante out. It could be a bit of a shock factor for him because he wasn't playing at all at one time. I don't know. But yeah, the last few games has definitely been underwhelming, especially without Jorginho next to him. That compromises him even further. So yeah, maybe it's just a little, an issue of all those factors at once. I don't know.
No.
Swap Barkley and Loftus-Cheek because they're losing it in the chat.
They are absolutely losing it, and they're continuously saying Matisse is trolling.
Who
I hear where they're coming from.
Who are we gonna? I mean, to be honest, that's the last thing I would do. Yeah, Barkley, Loftus-Cheek, last thing, but it's all we can do. I feel. Yeah. Who else are we playing? Yeah, and that's one thing I'd like the chat to answer. Who would you play in that case if we can't play Jorginho?
You know what? Go on, Matisse.
Like if you play these two, neither of these two play against Leeds. So I think hopefully Kova will be back by then. He's training.
There's no way he's going to start Kova, Matisse. Not against
probably not. Again, this is where we just
Kova could be ready for the weekend because he's in full training now. He is in full training.
I'm saying hopefully he's ready. It's maybe it's a long shot, but I don't know, man. This is all we've got against this side.
Do you know what I had? And this is where you guys are all going to think I'm mad. Miz, you're mad. You've gone mad. And I want to see what the boys. I'm a bit conscious with Matisse. Got Big Six coming up very soon, and I don't want him to be late. I want to watch that live as well. I was thinking, had we had no injuries in the defense, because we've got now Chalobah gone as well, I would have actually tried Christensen as a lone DM and had attacking eights with the three defenders. I might have tried that in this particular game, but if I do that in this game with Christensen as a lone DM and attacking eights, I don't have a defender because I don't want Silva to play this game. So I'm a bit screwed there because Christensen has to play in defense. So I might have tried that, but it is what it is. Matisse, your wing backs, my man, left wing back and right wing back.
Saul on the left and on the right.
This is tough.
This is tough. Because your heart's saying Reese, but you can't choose him. He's not allowed.
This is problematic.
It's Aspie, isn't it?
Or
is it Pulisic?
It's Pulisic. You're right. It's Pulisic. Yeah.
Interesting. Saul and Pulisic.
Yeah. Because I think back three wise, it's got to be Pulisic. Yeah. because in the back three for me, Rudiger needs a rest, Silva needs a rest. So
you're going to play Aspie there in RCB.
That leaves Malongsa, Christensen, and Aspie in the back three. Yeah.
Younes, how's the wing backs looking for you, man?
It's a bit touch and go because I would decide to play Aspie at right wing back, but in terms of the three defenders, with Chalobah out, it is tough because
you need Rudy to take a break.
Well, exactly. Again, to compensate for that, I think this is probably the best way. Then,
yeah, it is. I think so as well.
Actually, this would be the way. This would be the way. I think, this is the only way for other players to get vital rest.
Man, I'm saying no Saar, so you just want Rudiger to just run into the ground.
Yeah, just play Rudiger against Zenit, play Rudiger against Leeds, just keep playing Rudiger until he collapses. How about that? Someone's saying Experiment FC.
Literally, it is full on Experiment FC.
Again with the formation change, where's the time to train?
There is no time to change.
No, there is none. It's recovery. It's just recovery.
It's literally just the players recovering and then flying out to Russia. There's no time to change formation when you have.
And then landing into -13. It's -13 over there at the moment, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think there is any other option in defense besides Saar, Christensen, and Aspie because Chalobah's injured. Silva's been playing mad every single game, and when he's meant to take a break against Watford, he's been called upon because we've looked dodgy in defense. So he's played against West Ham, so he's got to take a break. So if you've already got no Chalobah, no Silva, and Rudiger's been playing every minute, you need to give him a break as well. So there's your three defenders gone. You're left with Saar, Christensen, and Aspie. So I don't even think us boys can even make a choice here because that is it. Had Aspie played in the wing-back position, then we're in trouble. We'd have to have someone like Silva play in defense. And I don't think that's going to happen.
No, we can't. And even Rudiger, mistake on the Bowen goal, him and Alonso down that side. Got a little bit of Dennis the Menace action against Watford 1v1. Just let the man rest as well. I think his future is already up in the air. He probably is already messed up in the head with all of that. So let's just let him have a rest for Leeds. I think Bamford is back. This team is back. Yeah, it's
Rafinha's looking mad.
This is exactly the team I envisioned when I realized how many injuries we had, and obviously in goal, it's that man Kepa. Do you know what I'm saying?
Matisse, are you noticing the live chat? They've gone mad. Like,
this is true. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is this? What is this? This is true.
Let's make sure we round it up because of course Kepa's got to play. Just on that before we sort of wrap things up. Boys, I feel like Mendy needs a rest as well. Like, I've never said that about keepers. I think he needs a rest. I mean, Matisse, Mendy needing a rest.
Yeah, he does. He does need a rest, 100%. I saw someone in the chat saying swap Pulisic for Hudson-Odoi. I think that's something that can happen.
That can
Maybe
happen. Yeah.
one of them gets a 45 minutes at left wing. The other one gets a 45 minutes at right wing back. I would probably just say at halftime swap them. Again, depends on how the game's going, but you can definitely look at those swapping those two and giving them a half each in their favorite position. But I think Mendy, he's had a rough day at West Ham. Let him rest. Stay home. Don't even take him to Russia again. Let Bettinelli, whatever his name is, let him be on the bench and let Mendy just chill at home, rest, recuperate, and be ready for Leeds so he can come back stronger. So this is where it is, people. It's going to be a madness. And this is Carabao. That's what it is. It's Cowabunga from. That's what it is.
This is Carabao, Younes. This is what the people are saying. This is, for God's sakes, a Champions League game. Look at the way we are shambles. Look at this.
Mate, this is what injuries do to you, man. This is what injuries do. I mean, even for the goalkeeper, we should just play Bettinelli. Screw it.
No. Kepa can do this.
No, you know what? I feel sorry for Bolton. I feel sorry for good old Bolton. I ain't seen Bolton in years. Shout out Thogden. I feel sorry for the two goalkeepers tomorrow. I
Yeah.
actually do, because in minus 13, you're not running. You're in between the sticks. You're just there. You're going to be freezing. And for that reason, I play Kepa instead of Mendy, because I don't feel Mendy's African blood can handle that. No way. No way. Kepa's definitely got more of a chance. So play Kepa.
Whichever.
Huh?
Go on, Younes. I was going to say, whichever keeper plays, they better have pants on. You know what I mean? Long pants.
You know, you're going to see them moving from post to post, doing like warm-ups for the whole game, because that's just what they're going to have to do. I feel like this would be a good opportunity for Kepa to just acclimatize himself a little bit, because I
can't take this, but this is too funny. These men are laughing at us, man. Watch, this will be the lineup. I'm telling you, this will be the lineup.
This probably will. Shout out AVB, by the way. I feel like with Kepa, it'll be a good chance for him to acclimatize himself, because the AFCON's coming up soon. Mendy will be going. Yeah. So it's a good warm-up for Kepa, because he will be playing week in, week out the time Mendy's gone.
Yeah, and then maybe he gets the game against Brentford as well. Don't worry, Miz. No rush. I don't even have a link yet. I think Turkish is hiding.
Cool. Yeah, he probably should be hiding. I mean, if I was him, I'd be hiding as well.
Hang on. Do they have roof and indoor heaters?
Do they?
Nah, surely not. Do Zenit have
what? Roof? I don't know. Hopefully, it'd be lovely
on
if
the
they
pitch.
Did.
Why would they have their roof and heater on? They'd want the advantage. They'd want their players to have that advantage in that
absolutely.
Cold weather. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, let's warm it down for the Chelsea players. Let's make sure they're comfortable so they can whoop our ass. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they're going to be doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the lineup. Kepa, Sa. Oh man, I feel sorry for Kepa, man. Look at the three dons in front of him.
I think he's fine. He's got Christensen and Aspie. It's just Malong Sa. Everybody else is.
I tell you what, that left-hand side would get obliterated.
That left-hand side is looking choppy.
That left-hand side is, I don't know what to expect. I'm not sure. It could be dangerous, or it could be a flop. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes we could even see Saul in left CB and Sa in left wing back, because those two brothers may not know where they're playing in that particular match. What's going on?
Oh, Lord.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So, Kepa, Sa, Christensen, Azpilicueta, Saul, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Barkley, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic, Ziyech, Lukaku. Callum could swap with Pulisic. Oh, my days.
That was emotional, that wasn't it?
SOS, help.
That was tough. I would never, ever want to do a team lineup like that ever again. Younes, score prediction?
I'll go 1-0.
Oh my God, that's if anything, that's probably got a 6-5 on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that team's crazy. Live chat, let us know what your score prediction is. Matisse, what are you thinking, man?
For me personally, I'm going 1-0 as well. I think that's a brilliant prediction. I just think
1-0 Zenit, by the way. 1-0 Zenit.
What?
1-0.
I think Chelsea will win this, but
I'll take it. I'll take a 1-0. With a team like that, I will take a 1-0 and laugh to the cleaners.
If we get a 1-0, wow, we come first in the group, and obviously we can all cheer as a fan, and then go away from that happy, moving into the leads. Before we wrap things up, boys, how are you feeling? I mean, we've had a bit of fun with the Champions League. I think all of us can be, let's be honest, we can watch that game relaxed. You know, we've qualified. Now, whether we come first or not, we'll see what happens. We've got a lot of injury, but that Leeds game, you boys, you've not given up on the title chase, have you? I mean, let's go to you, Younes. Are you still in the title chase, or are you thinking now that City and Liverpool are ahead, it's going to be tough to catch them?
You can't panic in a situation like this. To be honest, this could be a blessing in disguise. The fact that this has come now, hopefully it means players recover. Hopefully it means that going into Jan, we'll have our full squad back. Liverpool and City will lose games. They will not go unbeaten for the rest of the season. It won't happen, forget it. So that's the chance to capitalize on. And that's where you're going to get teams switching first, second, and third for the entire season. I think he'll go to the final day, if I'm honest. Wow. So I think, you know what? Yeah, just relax, look from outside the box, take a breather, right? Chill, and just wait until all these players come back. I feel like once hopefully, fingers crossed, Chilwell, Kante soon, Kovacic soon, Jorginho back to full fitness, Lukaku back to full fitness. If we can just manage our squad, not get any injuries, allow these guys to recover, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Matisse, you're confident moving into the Leeds game. We have to win. If we drop more points, I can't see how Liverpool and City just, throws gifts at us. Like, oh, Chelsea, keep up with us. We're going to drop points. I feel like they're going to go into that rhythm now. I think City's now won 5 in a row. Liverpool's won 4 in a row. They're getting into that rhythm. Don't be surprised if they get like 10, 12, 13 in a row. We have to win. Matisse, how you feeling moving in against Leeds, which not been easy sometimes for us?
I'm still confident. I think West Ham, we have to remember and respect West Ham are a very good team. They're a top 6 team away from home. If you're not at your best, you can easily lose to West Ham, and Liverpool showed that. So yeah, I'm still confident, and I still think we're in the title race.
No, fair enough. Boys, before we go, Matisse, what you got coming up, man? Let us know.
Literally Big Six right now. That's the next thing. So literally catch me on there immediately after. Chelsea's defense attorney is in the building, people.
All 181 of you guys, 182, just pop down to the Big Six. It's going to be flames. I know we lost, but Arsenal in the mud. You want to give it to them immediately. Younes, what you got coming up, man?
So preview for the Zenit game will be coming out later. And then the watch-alongs are back. Finally,
yes.
So tomorrow, watch along, match review.
Rest in peace for myself and maybe a little bit to Matisse. All our people that we enjoyed over the last few weeks will be going straight to Younes' channel. So please have 3 windows open. Don't be, don't just
definitely have all of us open. All of us. Do share the love. But yeah, and then just keeping tabs on what's going on elsewhere. If there's any other talking points, then I'll do videos on them. So yeah.
Brilliant. And ladies and gentlemen, with me, as you can see, Victor's already got the link out. Please go and follow the boys and their channels if you haven't already. For me, I
got ahead, boys, real quick.
Yeah, go, Matisse. Catch up. See ya, Matisse. Take it easy. See ya, man. For me, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the preview, obviously, later tonight. I probably might do it after the Champions League games. Done. I know it's going to be quite late, but it is what it is. So do look out for that, and then obviously the watch along. I've personally been enjoying the watch along a lot. So I hope you guys can turn up and show up for that as well. So yeah, until next time, everyone. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. We've still got over 150 people. We've got 90 likes. Let's get to 100 likes straight away. We only need another 10 more likes for 100. Let's do that. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Make sure you do that as well and hit the bell notification. Until next time, everyone. Take care and see ya.